Alright, welcome back to day 309. Remember when it was 109 days? My voice is completely different. And, I thought, this is going super duper fast. Wow. Bet you this is gonna be quicker than no time. Time moves so fast. The last 9 days proved otherwise. It's been 9 days. And it feels like I am dragging my heels. Anyways, I've been playing a little mobile game, which I called a side game or something, and I'm like, or a mini game. He's like, oh yeah, it's a mini game. I'm like, it's a mobile game, dude. It's not a mini game, it's a mobile game. I'm like, right. My hair bothers me so much. I want to cut so badly. You chill? Well, work. Why aren't you loading? You overheating, my dude? I know people are like, don't turn off your computer the whole way, too many times, but I turn it on and off my computer or my laptop like daily because I didn't realize this would be a daily occurrence, me sitting over here, more or less, and so now I'm like, should I put in sleep mode instead? For some reason, even in sleep mode, it will just boot back up, and I'm like, why did you wake up, bro? Why? Anyways, you know what fell from the ceiling? A stink bug. Fell right on me, and I'm like, the heck? And he flew, and he hit the back wall, and then he fell apparently to the ground, and I felt really bad. And then I saw him just walking on this like border. He was just like chilling, and I was just like, whoop, 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 whoop. Oh God, my watching it. I need to be taller. Oh, he's off screen. Look at that. Ran right off screen. Oh, I need to be taller. 1 second. God, it's too far away. Anyways. The point is, that was a lot harder than I thought it was. Don't know why. Yeah, when we were rewatching the new Leverage series, Leverage Revenge. I don't know what it is. Redemption? I don't know. Anyways, the point is, Leverage 2. And we're watching it, and Hardison. I do want to look up his shoes. Sorry, I got distracted. What shoes do Mark here have? You know it's a fun design when vampires have 2 fangs. Like, apparently some people's teeth, like this one, apparently is like sharper, and I'm like, no. But like but so, mine is like pretty flat, but all my teeth are. But anyways, partisan, no. Here's the thing. So in Leverage, Hardison is like, when did you start this? And he goes, when I was a kid. And they're indicating the very beginning of Leverage. And I forgot that he was like not old. He was like 20 something Now he's like 30 something, 32. I have no idea. 32 maybe. And so he started at like 23. And I'm like, I forgot that he was so young in the original, and we just rewatched some of it. I forgot how young he was supposed to, or was, in the original. I don't know why. I saw this actor also. If Leverage was 2008. Is that how math works? No, not even a little. Anyways, I'm pretty sure I saw him back in like 2003 ish. It was at 3? With Cold Case. He is in one of the very first episodes, if not the very first episode, question mark? Was it the first? And he played a young version of this character, which Cold Case always did, which I thought was a great premise. I absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved the idea. And also, it was a very progressive show. It had the main character be a woman. It had her partner be have diabetes. They talked about one of the very first episodes. Give it now, it would be a little sloppy. I don't know how it really worked out back in the day, but kind of there was trans women, drag. It was a gay bar, and yeah, the only complaint is like the main two people that were in a relationship, that one was murdered, was they didn't kiss, but it's like it was literally before the legalization of a gay relationship, not marriage, legalization of gay relations. So it was around that time, if it was just passed. So a gay kiss is next level. But to be like, hey, it's not cool to murder or to point out people or call the police on an industry or like a bar that's a gay bar. It's not cool, don't do it. And anyways, the point is that was like the second or third episode of the whole series, was that. And I remember my first experience with knowing a trans mask character was in Cold Case. I really want to rewatch that. I should. Oh, anyways, I wanted to look up his shoes. See, they're like white with red. White. Aardvark's a terrible safe word. Anyways, that was one of my first time seeing it was the first time seeing a character trans mask, and then around that time, and a point in time was when I first saw Chaz Bono, who is the first trans mask person I ever knew of. Are they blue shoes? Blue shoes, white with red heels. The problem is, like, someone found his other shoes, and they were just, like, apparently it took a while to find, and they were, like, $100. I just want to know how expensive his shoes are. Probably $100. Which is funny, you're getting such, like, expensive. Those are not expensive shoes in the grand scheme of shoes, but such expensive shoes mixed with a Target t-shirt that he literally, yeah, I wouldn't be able to tell you what shoes those are, mixed with $100 shoes with his own pants, which are, I want to say like $50 if I'm not mistaken. Okay, I'm back, and I just spent the last couple minutes trying to search up his shoes, and this was really hard because they're like, it's probably this brand or whatever, and I'm like, I don't know shoes. I'm not a sneakerhead. I don't even know if these count because they're like those slip-on sock kind of athletic shoes. Anyways, I looked them up, and I think they were, I don't want to say they were sneakers if they weren't. They were some brand, who cares? And I found them. I think they were sneakers NMT. God, that might probably is 100% wrong. Point was, I found them, the exact ones, because I googled, because I had to download the Google app, use Google Lens, take a photo of them at the correct angle and brightness, to try to get, because the video would dim when you pause it, but I needed to pause the image to get the Google Lens image, blah blah blah. They kept seeing black and white and thought they were penguins, and I'm like, no, I'm not looking at penguins. They're like dead penguins, and I'm like, not taxidermy penguins either. They're shoes. Till finally, at the correct angle, it got black, blue, red, white in the correct order. Found the shoes. One out of many shoes that popped up was the correct shoes. Clicked on it. $120 to $170, which again, technically is the worst for shoes, but the most I've ever spent on shoes was $70, and they are my go-to snowshoes that I wear every winter when I do my outside, because I can put on so many socks, and they're waterproof, and they're work boots, and I lace them up with super nice socks on, and I can go outside and clear off all the cars, driveway, whatever, as need be, without feeling like my feet are going to fall off. So, that's how much I've spent on shoes. So, sneakers are that much. I'm like, anyways, so those shoes mix, and then I had to go back and watch this as part of the video a lot of times over to try to find the nice shot of the shoes, which was a lot harder than you think it is. And I had to do that, so I watched a few minutes over again. So I kind of just guessed where it was in the video and got back to it. But that I didn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to do that. But here we are. Ooh. I'm tired. I had coffee and then I got such a bad headache, and I'm like, was it the coffee that did that? Or did I just have a headache already, drink coffee, try to get rid of it, and didn't? And then I was like, oh, let me drink water. So I drank quite a bit of water, which not enough for the day, but chugged it pretty quick, because our water tastes bad coming from the fridge and the faucet and stuff. They all taste bad. So I'm like, I need some water. So my sibling got us bottled water, but I might just go to somewhere tomorrow and just pick up big gallons of water that I can drink, because ooh, I am thirsty. And our water is undrinkable whenever I drink water that is just not good. My mouth kind of just tries to reject it by like making a lot of saliva and just like, no, don't want that. My sibling says it's getting better, but it's not good. And like it makes my body go, you shouldn't drink that. And I drink warm water, cold water, all types of water. Like some people are like, oh, I can only have cold water. Some people like, I can only do, no, slut for all waters. All water can be good water, but not that water. So yeah, and I'm like, what's a low key word? I'm like, am I doing my doctor thing in a few days? And it's like, no, you're a week ahead. I'm like, thank God. because I got kind of worried about that. But no, week ahead. Let me look. Yeah, so instead of this Monday, it is next Monday, and I was very glad because I'm terrified I'm going to forget it, and I'm not going to go, and then I have to wait another 2 weeks, and I have to be like, oops, I'm so sorry that I wasted your appointment. My bad. But no. Watch a new episode of What We Do in the Shadows. Yeah. Right now it says 69 degrees wherever this computer is set to. I would say it's around here, but it does not. I mean, oh, we are glitching. We are glitching because the thing is trying to load. The weather that I hovered over, GameStop apparently still is not doing great. And can we get rid of this? How do I get rid of the weather? Go away. Shoo. Okay. So yeah, 69 degrees. Yeah. When I was little, I wasn't little. I was going to start a different story, but I changed it. When I was slightly older than little, probably middle school, there was these little kids that lived next door, and I was like, okay, peace. And I just left, and they're like, don't do that. I'm like, what? And they're like, don't make gang signs. And I'm just like, it's just, no gang is going to see me do this. Be like, yeah, as I'm leaving someone, and be like, oh my god, you're part of a gang. Like, also, I'm like, we are in my backyard. We are not doing gang signals. So I'm like, God, that neighbor sucked. Like, he could suck my dick. That guy sucked, okay? And, so I'm like, no, that's not a gang signal. And then one time I was like, well, hey, one time I was like this, and they're like, that's devil horns. I'm like, A, if anything, this is Spider-Man. B, it would be I love you. C, this is devil horns. And then D, it's really funny because people would always say it's devil horns, but I never knew people, like, for a long time that, like, people actually would do this, like, putting on the top of their head, like, actual horns. And it was really funny because people would always say, oh, don't make devil horns. It calls the devil. And I'm just like, yeah. Especially because sometimes I would be doing this, which we learned it was a ramen and a paka or whatever, because we were doing bow instruments. We had to figure out, lightly put this hand, you put the bow in your hand, you lightly put your finger there, and you play do 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 do. And so you're supposed to go like do 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 do, right? So I'm like, A, it's not devil horn, it's not paka. B, what? And then I learned that people actually made devil horns out of it. By the way, this was not like church or anything. This was at school, like a different teacher, because everyone's like, whoa, and they're like, I don't know why everyone is so obsessed with devil horns, and we're like, ask the music teacher then, kid. Like kid. She was an adult. We were kids. Anyways, it was. Anyways, that neighbor sucked. When we first moved in, I was very, very young here. About 5, and we were in our backyard, and we didn't have a fence yet or anything. We didn't have a dog, we didn't have a fence, so we went into our backyard, and there was an open field area that we would play in. Like, just open, just grass. We called it the field. It was just a grass patch, and we would play, but it would be very long because a bunch of pipes were laid there, so it was a big open stretch, which that's why we called it field, for multiple yards in a row in the middle of like trees. And we would play. It sounds like really out there. Like, no, it's not a farmland kind of thing, which is nothing. I want to live on a farm. That's not what I'm saying either. But some people are like, oh, it sounds like you live on a farm. I'm like, no, we just have trees. And we were there, and he's like, would you mind going inside? And I'm like, would you mind not talking to a 5-year-old and a 7-year-old? And he's like, here's the thing. I wanted to play with my dog, and it's his allotted, like, training, gaming time from, I don't even remember what time it was, from blank to blank. Would you like, and probably it was like 7 to 8 or something like that, because I think anything that's from 6 to 7, it would be food, for humans, I guess. That's why I think it's a little later, and I think the sun was starting to go down, and we were like, well, we go inside when we're about to head in. He goes, good choice. And I was like, you're gonna regret ever living near me. And he probably did. He moved out. We also made a fence so he could never use our yard without permission again. He started saying a lot of swear words in front of me, which then my mom went, you don't fucking do that. And so she swore in front of me to him, because he blamed our dog, who, again, we had a fenced backyard, and she never escaped. She was an angel. Blamed our dog for pooping in front of his house. And we're like, it could have been, I don't know, one of the many, many other kinds of animals we have. Possums, raccoons, wild cats, deer, squirrels, any other person's dog, I guess. Not ours. And I was just like, oh. Excuse me? And that's the same guy that later had his kids when I was slightly older, who said that I couldn't swear in front of them, which I didn't. I would not have done that. But also saying that I couldn't do gang signs and stuff like that. And I'm just like, cool, you're a hypocrite. Also a piece of crap. And it was, he was not good. So finally he moved out. Now we have new bad neighbors as well. I'm like, did you not lock the house? Did you not see our house? Did you not see who we are? Like, you don't like your house. Sorry, bud. Like, we're respectful. Do not get me wrong. We're super respectful. But, oh my god. He every time, like, it was not good. Like, people in our neighborhood, especially a few years ago, loved to pull, like, this is against the rules. Like, we don't have an homeowners association, and those are it was like, we had my dad owns a business, but we needed a white van, his business van, to be in our yard, like, to be in our driveway, and they're like, that is not allowed. And I was like, yes it is. Just because it's not a fancy car, it doesn't mean it's not allowed. Okay. Yeah, so anyways, oof. So our neighbors suck.